tell you what, there's something really beautiful and rewarding about the experience and plight of Black people or being a Black person. There's something that's amazing that happens in that plight. And there's so many things that we have to overcome to reach what our true essence is, because the challenges are so great that if we misstep, we don't reach the true essence of our existence. And what happens, our life becomes one of two ways. You either live a life of bliss, or you live life in hell. You're literally suffering. You're in hell. So it's a complicated structure and the way to live. But one of the things is you have to have a true competency and understanding of self. You have to be grounded in yourself. That has to be your foundation. You have to accept it, appreciate it, love it. That has to be your foundation. The other part, you have to have true spiritual balance in your life. You have to have that understanding, that feeling, that movement towards spiritualness. And some people call it religion, other people call it spiritualness. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about a spirituality, an understanding that brings you closer to the self. Something that brings you peace. And then you have to grow. You have to be very aware of life. And you have to grow. You have to be very aware of your environment. And then you disconnect from the environment, because so much in our environment teaches us against ourselves, which is a lie. It's a lie to live that way. It's a lie to go against yourself. So you have to always, as a brown person, be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of where you are in your life. Be aware of who you are. Create this foundation of yourself. Move to the spirituality so that you can have an understanding and move towards peace in your life. Because if you don't do those things, you're going to suffer. You're going to miss the boat. You're going to be angry. You're going to be deceived. You're going to be disillusioned. You're not going to know who you are. You're not going to know what your place is in this world. You're going to attach yourself to superficial stuff that doesn't mean anything. Stuff that you can't even acquire because you may not have the opportunity to acquire. So you have to move in the other direction that I mentioned. And if you can move in that other direction where you're relying upon yourself, your spirituality, and you're constantly aware of your environment that's teaching against yourself, and you go against that for true understanding of self, you can live in bliss. You can live in peace. You can live in a heaven on earth versus a hell on earth. Because the truth is, and in actuality, it's not the outside environment that's the problem for us. It's not other people that's the problem for us. It starts with us. We're the problem because we have more than the capability and mindset and emotional intelligence to endure this. We have more than that we can do that. We just don't realize it ourselves. And that's why we have to discover that for ourselves so that we can move in peacefulness with ourselves in our situations. We can move in bliss. And we don't have to have life be a certain way for us to be happy or blissful or peaceful.